Life can get fucking busy sometimes, and I am not the kind of person that is very good at scheduling stuff. I'm not good at organization. I find it very difficult. I'm more of we'll call it a blaze genius, more of an extroverted personality, but I'm not very good at organizing. So I actually devised a system, because millionaires are not disorganized. I devised a system that actually allows you to stay organized even if you're an unorganized person. I did it on a 2-hour live call with my private community, the New Elite, last night. But I'm going to share with you guys 20 minutes from that call, just so you can go through and use my calendar, my productivity strategy, and hopefully it can help you too. So if you're running a business and just feel like you don't have enough time in the day, or you're starting out in business and you don't feel like you can get anything done, this calendar has helped me a lot. So enjoy the video. Before we get into it, we have an offer on the 10K Accelerator. That's our beginner program. If you're not making any money online yet, it is the easiest way to get to $10,000 a month. We have an offer that includes the Move to Thailand guide, my personal branding guide, how I got from 0 to 100K subscribers in a year, and also the Big and Dangerous workout program, how to stay big and muscular and also dangerous, as in boxing and martial arts. So boys, if you're interested in that, go and check out the link down below for 10K Accelerator. Other than that, enjoy the call from the New Elite. See you in a sec.
But remember this, there's not many people that trip and fall and stumble into being a millionaire. That doesn't happen very often. There's a reason people are millionaires. They dial in their lives, they dial in everything they do, they're not disorganized, they figure shit out. When you think of the person you want to be, normally it's somebody with their shit together. You want to be someone, you come back to the penthouse, it's fucking organized, everything's in its place. Most people have that idea in their mind, so that's what you've got to become. I recently had just a lot of stuff on with the fight, business, reconstructing offers, sales, content, and just so many different things I want to try out with it. As you go up the ladder of getting attention, you've got loads of pulls on your time. If you let people pull your time away from you, you can have a lot of different pulls on your time. So I was feeling quite overwhelmed, and Jack Hogg sent me this, the Eisenhower decision matrix. So if you've currently got just a point where you're thinking, fuck, I really don't know what I should be focusing on. I've got so much to do, so little time. I'm getting stressed out about it. If you've got a pen and paper available, write this down now and just do 4 squares. I'll give you an example. But you're basically just going to do 4 squares on a piece of paper, just like that. Just get your 4 squares. And whilst you're listening to this call, you can probably understand this. Put on the sides, down the bottom of your 4 squares, not important. These are tasks that are not important on your list. Then your 2 boxes up top, these are important tasks. And then you've got this, urgent and non-urgent. So you've got an urgent task, it affects your business, it's very important. That goes in the do it now section. These are things you really need to get out of the way today that have been on the back of your mind. Now there's a lot of stuff that we think, okay, I want to do that in the future. Maybe it's even just reading a book, finishing a course off, but it's not immediately actually that important. So that stuff, you go and decide. You're like, okay, it's important stuff. I would love to do that. I want to reconstruct an offer. I want to do this. I need to start an ad account. I need to change my name on IG. I need to switch up this in my marketing. But it doesn't need to be done right now before bed. So that then becomes a decide. That then ends up in the decide list. So you put that in there and just put a time to do it. Okay, on Friday I'm going to be free. So all of these tasks are going to get done on Friday. Let's move that to the future. And in our heads, now we start to free up some space. We're like, okay, we've made a plan. We know when that's going to get done. We're starting to relax a little bit. This one's really important. So if you should really do an audit on your time, which I'll run you through in one of the next slides. But if you're doing any tasks that are not important, but are urgent, you can delegate them to someone else. This is a very important skill to know how to do. And the way to figure this out is figure out how much you're paid per hour for what you do. Anything under that pay grade that you could pay someone else to do, you pay them to do, and you do more of the stuff that makes you money. So anything cleaning your house, making food, all of that stuff most of the time will be under your pay grade depending on how much you make per hour. So what you do, delegate that stuff to other people. If something's not important and it's not urgent and it's just something that's been on your mind, try and delete as many tasks as possible. So this could just be like, oh, you want to learn the fucking piano or some shit, and it's just been on the back of your mind, it's taking up brain space. You know the piano's not something you should be doing right now, you've got a million other things on your plate. put out all those things that you think are actually, they're not important at all, and just delete them. Just get rid of them. When the money's made, when you're chilling, you've got spare time, you can add all these things back. Just get rid of them for now. We're trying to get down to the stuff that makes the biggest difference. So that's the Eisenhower matrix. I hope you can, if any of you feeling overwhelmed, you've got that down, taken a note of it, and you can use that in the future if you need to organize your tasks. Here we go. Okay. I like to now have a shared calendar for accountability. This is how I organize my day. So I have my power list that I use Apple Notes for, just because I've got it on everything. I've got Macs, got iPads, got iPhones. It all syncs together. Apple Notes is the one. And this is made the night before. So I found the most efficient thing to do, if you put a load of things down on your task list, normally you get a few done, but you really start to do the easy ones first. Then you get distracted by the day, and the important shit never gets done. I have a number one task, and this is the thing that makes the most difference in money earned, following Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule. 80% of results come from 20% of actions. You need to dial in where the results are coming from, and that needs to be your number one task. So for me, a lot of it, everything pretty much came from YouTube. That was the thing that instantly led results. That's what drove people to my Instagram as well. So the number one task for the day when I was doing daily content would be make a YouTube video. And that's all that needed to be done. And I knew that if I did that for a day and posted it, that day was a success. No matter whether I got the extra tasks done or not, if I could keep doing this one task that really made a difference, and I could do that one task every day, then I knew I'd get somewhere. So that one task that you put in is the most important thing on your list right now. The scariest thing to do, some people call it eating the frog. It's a good book by Brian Tracy called Eating the Frog. It's just about doing the hardest thing first. And it's absolutely essential to building up momentum throughout the day. And then your extra tasks, the things that are on your mind: go in gym, you have to eat a certain amount, organize your inbox, pay certain bills, pay people. You got other things you want to get to. They're all extra tasks. You can get through them if you're feeling good after this task, but this one has to be the most important. None of these even get looked at until that task is done. That's how we optimize for being a millionaire and making real progress in your life. Is getting very good at that one skill. Will put you way ahead of the competition. The other thing I do is I share my calendar with my team, so that nobody can ask me what I'm doing in the day. Well, it's one of the most draining things for me is when people ask me, 5 different people ask me, what are you doing at this time? When can we do this thing? I hate that. I want to just have everybody see it. So just share your calendar with anyone that, if you've got employees that asks you what you're doing at certain times, especially if you've got a busy schedule, share that calendar with them. I'm going to show you how to set it up in Google in a sec, so that you can use a calendar to basically organize your whole life. If you need accountability, so some of you might not have anyone that asks you fucking anything in your life about what you're doing in a day, which is perfect. I wish I was you. It's a great place to be. But you might then feel like you don't have accountability for that calendar, that you're letting it slip a little bit. So if you want to pair up with someone with the new elite or one of your current friends, sort it out in the Telegram chats after, and pair up with someone and share each other's calendar, and you could have a little check-in just via text at the end of the day and just be like, yo, saw you had this in your calendar today. Did you get it done? They can do the same for you. Just keep you accountable to your stuff. Okay, the Google Calendar. I'll show you. You've got your Google Calendar for the week, and you would schedule in your number one task for the day. So let's say you wake up 7 a.m. Let's just say, this is how important this is, man. If you can really nail this down, you're going to make so much progress. This just becomes this first block of the day. Let's do a little bit of time here. That is just basically wake up. If you get out straight out of bed, you're going to have no ideas, you've been sleeping, you're tired. Wake up, litre of water, 100 push-ups, 10 pages, reading. What this is going to do, this is exactly basically what I do every day. That should take 30 minutes. So we can even make that smaller. Even if it takes 30 minutes, is 45, we'll give it. I don't know how long it takes you guys to do 100 push-ups. For me, it's not really that long. But yeah, wake up, litre of water. You're normally dehydrated from the night before. You shouldn't have been drinking a lot before you went to bed. So that litre of water, 100 push-ups. This is to get the oxygen around your brain. This is to get oxygen into your cells, get you a little pump in the morning. This isn't for training. It's not really going to do anything for you. other than get your body primed and ready. If you can't do 100, that's like crazy for you. Just get down and do 20. That's all you need to do. Just get some blood in the system, basically. Get your positivity flowing. That's important. Bit of sunlight on the eyes as well if you can. 10 pages of reading, that's to refresh the brain, to give you good ideas. Some of us get caught in a cloud of negativity in the morning. Those 10 pages will give you some interesting or positive information to put in your brain and allow you to start the day the right way. After that's done, you'll be strict with that. That's what your day should really look like. Number one task, somewhere inside of this task, you can have a coffee break. Don't have your coffee straight away when you wake up. Put it in here instead. So you can have a little coffee break there, but you feel yourself starting to flag. But that's how the morning should be spent. There should be no phone in your life. There should be no talking to anyone else. There should be no leaving the house, going to the gym. Focus. Number one task in the morning, because then by 12 o'clock, that's complete. That's the number one thing for the day. That's all complete. You've got huge momentum. Then you can put here, nice big lunch. The rest of the day's yours. As long as you get that number one thing. Most of us make our days fucking hectically busy all day with stuff that doesn't actually make a difference, and still don't do the one thing that mattered for the day because it was the hardest thing to do. Whereas you could live life like this, where you do nothing in the mornings and you keep that focus that you've got and you get the most important thing done. And once that most important thing's done, the rest of the day is yours. Fit in your training, fit in seeing friends, fit in your content, fit in all that stuff, because you know you've done the one thing that made a difference for today, that drove profits, that drove you that money. That's all been done. So once that's all sorted, then you can fit in here the rest of the things on your list from what we went on before. This list here. So these work together. The power list is what you have on your calendar. Then you fit in the rest of your tasks for the day, and you should be winding down. If you started there, you're not trying to work all fucking day. You're trying to actually enjoy your life a little bit as well. So you should be winding down at the latest. If you're waking up at this time, 6 o'clock, you should be winding down by 6. Absolutely essential to get the sleep in. Maybe even a little earlier. Because when you're getting this done in the morning, the rest of the day can literally be yours. You don't have to work all day every day. Because most people, they figure out that they can do, I've had this before, you figure out the most optimal day, so how you can get the most done in one day. So you might do this and get that completed, and then you do a load more tasks and get all those completed, and you really fucking go for it. And you're like, wow, that was literally the best day ever for productivity. And then surprise, surprise, you wake up the next day and you're tired and you don't feel like doing any work because you haven't had any recovery period from doing this. Work is just like the gym. When you mentally exhaust yourself in a day, you need to relax and get new ideas and see the world. That's how these new ideas are made. So what you should do is have just your work time in the morning where you're getting important stuff done. Then you relax time and the things you actually want to do. And by the time it comes to the next morning, you're ready to go again. That's been very helpful for me. And that's my system for doing it. So I also give them colours. Training sessions are in green, recovery sessions are in purple. This is important. Ice, sauna, nature, no technology days. Give that brain some time to actually relax. Let some of that pressure go. Most guys like us, we're thinking non-stop all day, blah, blah, blah. Work, 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 money, 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 money. Your brain's getting tired. Just let them have a little rest. Work sessions are in blue. Content days, yellow. I find content's best made in day format. You don't want to fit content in around other things. It's a pain. So your content days are sometimes pretty tiring. So try and include a nice activity and go and just get some content of it. Put that in yellow. I like to do, so at the end of each week, let's put our weekly review on a Friday. If you're wondering why this calendar is empty, it's not my actual calendar. This is a separate Gmail account I've got. So Friday afternoons, that is where we put in. And the weekly review is having a look for that week at what worked. Go through and figure out how many of my tasks did I complete that I was meant to do? Is there any that I didn't get done that need to be pushed to next week? How did I feel this week? How did the marketing go? How many click-throughs did we get? How many views did we get? How's my content strategy working? All of this is reviewed. If you've got a team, this is where you review things with your team. And you start to cook up your plans for the next week and think about how you can improve. And if you keep doing this consistently enough, you'll just blast the competition, because nobody does this. Most people have a couple of good days of work a month. That's literally it. The rest of the time is spent just messing about, really, just going in circles. So tracking everything is important. Yeah, and then planning the following week. I like to do this on Sunday afternoons, just chilling. Plan your week, plan what everything you've got to get done, split it down across the days, nice and easy. And that's basically your calendar and notes set up for every single day that will keep you in the game. 80-20 rule.